Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon to all the viewers all over the world. This is Denzomos, and I welcome you to the page of truth, the page of freedom, the page of enlightenment, and the page of breaking empaths free. Now, for the new ones, as always, if you're new and the content resonates, narcissism resonates with you, you can always take a moment. I encourage you, I invite you to take a moment, like, share, and subscribe. And the ones that have always been with me, I still welcome you back. Thank you for being part of the tribe. And thank you for your love and support. So recently I saw a very interesting comment on my page. There's a video I did recently, a couple of days ago. So there was a comment I saw. I think this person was a narcissist, and they were saying that they are considering getting help. So they are considering getting help, or I don't know, getting some therapy or whatever. They want to do something about their situation. Now I removed that comment because this page is specifically for empaths and breaking empaths free. So I don't want people in my tribe, people in the tribe, to find those kind of comments, because some people are healing. I understand some people are in the process of healing, and they've already been abused by narcissists. So I don't want people to be triggered when they see this kind of comments from narcissists or whatever. So most of the narcissists, you can watch what you want to watch, but if you're commenting on those on my page as a narcissist, I may actually remove those comments, because this is a page of healing. People have been abused and people are healing. So when the people come across those comments like that, the people actually triggered in some kind of a way. So for me, it's not a problem, but for the people who are in my page or in the tribe, the empaths, they get triggered with these comments. So that person, if you want to go and get help, I wish you luck. I hope it's going to work for you, and I hope you can do the best you can, because this is 2021. We are waking up. We are taking back our power, all of it. So most of the people now, they are waking up. And very soon or later, it is going to be impossible. It is almost going to be impossible for the narcissists out there to get even the slightest supply they can get. But anyhow, that being that put aside, let's set that aside, and I'm going to go into this subject. What I thought I would call, why is actually the narcissist mimicking you? Is something that came to me this morning. So basically, if you've been with these videos, you have also realized that there's a pattern they have that doesn't seem to belong to them. Now, for you to better understand this, why the narcissist is mimicking you, you have got to go back to the beginning of this relationship. You have to remember everything. What are you going to remember? Most of the songs the narcissist was listening to, the way she was dressed, he or she was dressed, the way they were behaving, the way they were carrying on their daily activities. You are going to realize, actually, if you've been with them for a couple of years, you're going to realize that in the beginning, they have switched from a certain personality that you found them with, and they have switched to your personality. You are going to realize that a narcissist, if you have been with them and you've been monitoring them, you are going to realize that they have actually switched from one personality to another. You found them listening to a certain type of music. You found them eating a certain type of food. You found them dressing in a certain way, even going sometimes to particular clubs. You found them speaking in a certain way. There is something you found them doing, what you thought that was their personality. But let me tell you something, this is a surprise. The narcissist got that personality from the previous person before you. So what am I talking about here? The narcissist, everybody they get into a relationship, entanglement, situationship, whatever it is, relationship, anybody they get involved with, they have to copy their personality. They take some traits from them. They take the personalities of their victims and they actually take it to be theirs. So by way of, if you have remembered, like I've told you, if you have gone back to the beginning days, you have realized that actually, after a couple of months, maybe it could have taken a couple of months, you have realized that actually the narcissist has started mimicking you. Now, the narcissists, they have a tendency of believing any relationship they get into, any relationship they start in the beginning, any friendship or relationship or whatever, they have a tendency of putting out the image that they have found their soulmate. They have got that soulmate twin flame kind of thing they're always talking about. They're going around in their circles, their family, friends and whatever, those flying monkeys of theirs. and they're making them believe that they have found their soulmate. So what is happening behind the scenes is the narcissist will meet you. The first thing that they are going to first of all try to understand about you is the way you carry yourself, the things you do, the way you treat yourself, and actually what identifies you as a person. Because you people, I've always told you in my videos, the narcissist has not got their own identity. So they have got to survive off other people's identities. They have got to be with people and to take those people, whoever they're dating, they have got to take those identities from other people to be able to identify themselves as people. Me personally, in the beginning, I think it might have taken a couple of months after when I actually realized finally that the narcissist, I had met that narcissist doing other things initially. I had met her doing other things. There's a way she used to behave. There's a way she used to carry herself and do other things. When I started living with the narcissist, I realized that actually now it was turning. The image was starting to change. She was now starting to listen to my kind of music. She was starting to speak in a certain way. She was starting to use my terms, my words, and take them as her own. So this kind of thing, this kind of situation happens when the narcissist is trying to identify themselves. For it to be easy for them to maneuver through this relationship with you. So what they do, they start to steal from you. What are they stealing? They're stealing the way you eat. They're stealing the way you cook. They're stealing the way you dress, the way you carry yourself. Even sometimes they are stealing each and everything that identifies you as a person. Why? Because the narcissist does not have their own personal identity. So you are going to find the narcissist mimicking you throughout the relationship, entanglement, friendship, relationship. You are going to find them mimicking you in each and every way. They are going to mimic each and everything. So if you are, I take it as a red side. I take it as a red flag, because if you're with a person, if you meet a person in the beginning, that person has got things that identify them as people. They have got their favorite type of music they listen to. There's a way they eat certain type of food. There's a way they speak, the language they use, the way they speak, the way they dress. So they have got their own things that identify them as people. If you ever see anybody trying to call themselves your twin flame, trying to call themselves your soulmate and twin flame or whatever, and at the end of the day now, you are seeing them copying whatever you're doing. They seem to be copying. They are reading. Now they have started to read. When they are with you, the narcissist is monitoring your system, how your system works and how you operate. And each and every single day they are picking something from you. So when you ever see a person is actually starting to pick something from you on a daily basis, they are starting to copy each and everything you do. It is very likely, maybe you haven't yet found out, but it is very likely actually you are dealing with a narcissist. So it is a red flag. You are listening to a certain type of music, you're with a partner, you leave the house. Over the next few days, you're seeing that person actually seem to be interested, or even sometimes almost all the time listening to that same type of music, or a certain category of movie, a certain type of movie. Or there's a way you've been cooking at home. You've introduced a certain type of food. You're seeing them copying. Now, what I'm trying to say here is that the narcissist, they do not have anything that identifies them as people, because I've always told people the narcissists, they are empty inside. They are very empty. They have nothing inside, and there's nothing that identifies a narcissist. They do not have anything visible. Most of those things you see, if you have gone back to the beginning of the relationship, most of those things you see them doing, they have copied them from different people. They have copied them from something. They have even actually sometimes mimicking things from TV. They are watching TV, mimicking some of the dresses they are seeing on TV. They're mimicking people's cars, the cars they are driving. They are mimicking each and everything. The way they speak, some of the language they use, they're mimicking each and everything. So they do not have their own personal identity. It is very likely, if you've been with a narcissist, if you've monitored them, if you've actually watched them for some time, it is very likely you're going to find out that actually the narcissist has always been mimicking you. So in this video, that's what I wanted to say. It is very likely if you're a person, probably you don't know that yet. You don't know that yet that you're dealing with a narc. Yes, I might understand that. But a red flag, one of the biggest red flag you're going to find with a person who doesn't have their own identity, you're going to find them actually copying you, each and everything you do. They are copying your personality and each and everything that identifies you as a person. And now, they are taking it as their own, and in return, they are giving you their own personalities. They are allowing you to copy them, but in return, what they are doing secretly is that they are now stealing your identity. So be very careful, people. Be very cautious. If you're with a person who doesn't seem to be stable, they cannot sit down and do something, or they are not creative. They cannot create something out of their head. Personally, they cannot create. Why? Because there's nothing to create. They're already empty inside. They don't have the ability to create something for themselves. So they don't have the ability to identify, to create their own personality. They always have done that, and they're going to do that for as long as they live. They're always going to copy other people. So they are going to copy each and everything. Sometimes you can even find scenarios whereby you are in the sexually, they are copying things from TV. They are copying things, some of the sexual styles they have had from those previous boyfriends or girlfriends or whatever. They are copying each and everything. Some of them may look extreme to you, but I'm talking that from experience because I've seen it myself. So some of the things you see in the bedroom even, they're going to be copied from somebody else. So I want to know in the comments below, people, if you're that kind of person, you've seen that person, maybe you believe you're dealing with a narcissist, maybe you don't know that yet. But for some reason you believe the person you seem to be dating seems to be copying each and everything about you. They seem to be actually, it looks as if now they are trying to look like you, to present themselves as you. It looks as if they're actually copying you. It is very likely you're dealing with a narcissist, and I would like to know in the comments below. Other than that, guys, I don't want to make a long video today. I hope to get back to I hope to get back to you very soon. Let me know what you think in the comments. Much love and blessings, and Desomos signing out.